What's going on, y'all? Dave Robinson with Work Your Stories Wednesday here on the Aux, and I've got a very special guest with me, the Adam Chin. How goes it? We're very excited to be here. Adam is the co-founder of Procabulary, co-founder of Enlifted, and he is a word ninja, a word and language ninja. And we're going to talk a little bit about it.
Thanks, Dave, for having me on.
Cheers.
I appreciate that. We're drinking our Pinot Noirs like rugged gentlemen, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're wearing plaid. I'm wearing
Yeah.
plaid, drinking a Pinot.
Yeah, you got to mix it up. And this is actually the topic for today, at least the topic I want to speak about. Is it possible for me to go in and just jump into this?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
No
All right.
bullshit. No
Okay.
limits.
So the topic is identity, okay? And how identities and labels can get us trapped. So here we are here with a rugged gentleman who is an athlete, who's also wearing plaid, who's also drinking a Pinot Noir, who also occasionally likes to practice his Second Amendment rights. Can we say that okay? Is it
100%.
okay? It's okay to okay. We'll talk about that. You're also into a variety of causes, and you're for equal human rights. You defy stereotypes. You defy labels. Is that a fair
Accurate.
assessment of you?
Accurate.
And that's why I really enjoy your presence, Dave.
Thank you.
You break the mold. And what I'm finding is that a lot of people get sucked into these labels, and those labels come with a standard instruction set. And that standard instruction set is like, you got to get the whole package. Like, it's like a cable package. When you sign up for cable, it's like, yeah, I'm into the Animal Planet stuff, and I'm into Discovery. It's like, but you got to get Lifetime. You got to get like Telemundo.
Golf Channel.
Golf Channel. You got to get a bunch of stuff that you're not interested in, right? And that's, I feel like, what these labels do. How do you feel about that assessment?
Very true. And I think that the more that people feel as if they've been put into a box, the more constricted and less creative and less individualized and self-actualizing they actually are.
That's true. Well, because it's a box. What do they do when they put you in prison? They put you in a box. You can't get out, right? You can't expand. And the whole point is we want to expand, right? We want to push this way, pull that way, push this way, pull that way, and create our own identity from scratch. We are a palette.
Mm-hmm. And we define ourselves. We write our own praises. I believe it's important to step forward and do whatever you believe in, and to do that in a way that is true to you. And you can pick and choose your identity. Just make sure that you're actually picking and choosing it, as opposed to falling back on something that was potentially predetermined or something that you quote unquote should fall into.
Yeah, I'm really lucky in some ways. I grew up mixed race, so my dad being Asian from Thailand, my mom being from the South in America, Caucasian American. I guess that's what they call them these days. And they said, hey, you want to be Buddhist? You want to be Baptist? You want to eat pad thai or Chinese food? You want to eat, good old-fashioned home country cooking? Try that too. And I got to try all this stuff, and I got to mix it all and create my own recipe, my own smorgasbord, so to speak, of how I'm going to define myself. So I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of being able to pick and choose and finding that the mix that is the best for the individual.
And it comes down to being an individual, as opposed to falling in line with a particular group or segment or aspect of living life or culture or your experience. And you had mentioned individual identity versus group identity.
Yeah. It's it's fantastic. There's a lot of great things about my family that I'm proud of in terms of where my family comes from. My grandparents actually went to Thailand from China, and man, China was pretty crazy when they came down there. It was, the Cultural Revolution, Mao, the Communist Revolution. I'm proud that they left. I'm proud that they got out of there. I'm proud that they did all this cool stuff, and I'm proud that you look at the culture they come from has contributed to the world in so many different ways. But I mean, let's face it. Did I do that? I mean, was I part of that? It's like, yeah, Great Wall of China. Yeah, we did that. Like we, like Steelers won, we won.
Yeah.
Right. It's a little stupid. I may have cheered for them. Was I part of that locker room? Was I part of that? That winning title game? Unlikely. Are you following me here, Dave?
I'm following you 100%.
I feel like you're like get ready to call like the psychiatric office to say what's wrong with this guy.
Not in the least, but I'm thinking about how it relates to sports. And we're both footy fans, right? I'm a big Chelsea fan, lifelong Chelsea fan, and Adam's a new soccer fan, but has fallen in love with Jose Mourinho and the old coach of Chelsea and current coach of Tottenham, the Hotspur. And we talk about group identity and wanting to cheer for something, wanting to fall in love with something, right? And I think when it's maybe sports are the best escape for that for a reason, because it's low stakes.
Low stakes.
It's
yes.
Low stakes. It's not going to lead to a genocide, or it's not going to lead to a civil war, or
right.
Whatever else. This diehard passionate belief that my blank is better than your blank, and I this and better than you that. Now I can say that about Chelsea versus Tottenham all day long. We can get all hopped up about it on a Sunday afternoon, but realizing that it ends on the field, so to speak, or on the pitch, so to speak, is maybe that's a way that for people to have that group
right.
identity in a more healthy manner. Stay the individual.
Absolutely, it's an outlet, dude. It's a socially acceptable and very positive way to get that out of our systems. Like the MMA scene and the UFC scene, martial arts scene is a great way to get out that warrior, that hand-to-hand combat thing that's in us. You pick the outlet, and I mean even video games. People give video games all sorts of crap, and sometimes that's justifiable. I get it, and oftentimes those things serve as an outlet. So if we can figure out a way to do that without resorting to genocide, yeah, thanks Dave for bringing that up. What a buzzkill! You went straight
right.
from like
Jeez
sports
Louise.
to genocide. But yeah, you want to talk about Jose some more, or is that for part 2?
Let's part 2 that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to part 2 that. We're going to come back to this topic, and that may be a good segue. What is your favorite Jose Mourinho quote to end this particular segment?
Can we use curse words on this?
Of course.
Okay. Where in the All or Nothing Amazon documentary, Jose Mourinho looks at the team and says, I think you're all nice boys. I think all of you are nice boys. But nice boys do not win championships. In my opinion, it's only the intelligent cunts. Intelligent cunts win championships.
And there you have it. We'll be back next Wednesday, right here with Adam and myself, Dave Robinson, on Work Your Stories Wednesday on the Aux. Thanks for listening. Chip, chip.